We're going to be doing a lot of new things in this episode. We're buying more land, buying more equipment, seeing how much wood our new log trailer can hold, prepping for more animals, and a whole lot more to advance the farm, and it all starts right now. We left off in the last episode having bought a brand new log trailer. The new field we plan to buy has several large trees we'll be able to use to feed the sawmill, so we can be a little more generous with our planted trees and sell several of these to help fund our new farm expansion. This trailer should make loading and selling logs a whole lot easier. Before, we had to be very careful loading the small flatbed to keep everything on there, and it only carried 2 trees. I have no idea how many trees this new trailer holds, but dropping the logs between the side rails will undoubtedly be much faster and easier. So let's keep cutting trees and loading logs and see how much this trailer can carry. Here's the last log onto the trailer, and overall, that was far easier than loading the flatbed. Altogether, we cut 5 trees and loaded everything other than the skinny tips, so I believe we can say it holds 4.5 trees, even if our log length is a bit erratic. This is also 100% a job for the Dutzfar. We need the horsepower for all these logs. Let's get them sold down at the paper mill and see what a full trailer like this is worth. It's gotta be over $25,000. $29,700. That's the kind of money we need to make. We paid for the trailer, made up the deficit we needed to buy our new field, and we have a good bit left over to get the field prepped and ready for business. Let's buy it now. There we go. Field number 28 is ours, and you can see what we own now. Our farming empire is starting to spread out. Let's waste no time though and get straight to prepping the field. For that, we'll get ourselves over to the store and rent a cultivator. What I want is the cheapest one that'll prepare the field for planting. And that is this groovy little John Deere 980. It's not fancy, but we can lease it for about $480, so it's the one. We'll just get it hooked up and take it back to the farm. This one's pretty basic, so it doesn't even fold up or anything, but we'll be able to try it out on the new field and see if we like it. We might even buy it in the future. Let's give it a go. You know, it's not very wide, but it pulls with the Dutzfar at a nice, steady 9 miles per hour. I don't think this is going to take long at all. There's a whole host of cultivators, plows, and harrows available, and all of them at their core prepare a field for planting. But each one does things a little different. Some leave small stones behind. Some leave big stones. Some leave weeds. Some don't. Some require more horsepower. So yeah, there's a ton of choices. Maybe I should make a video about what each one does. For now, though, we'll just get the field done. This is working really well. Okay, that was really nice, and I'll give some credit over to the power of the Dutzfar. It just tore up the ground without any hesitation. We'll return that to the store and get on to the next step, the planting. For that, we have a nice, cheap, and permanent solution. What we'll do is take our grass roller over to the store for some reconfiguration. The grass roller has the ability to add on a grass seeder for only $3,500. So we'll buy that and jump forward to filling the seeder back at the farm where we have some leftover seed bags. Grass seed goes a long way, so it'll barely use any, but I think I'll be using grass to rotate in and out for fertilization of other crops, so I'm pretty sure it'll get a fair bit of use. What's this? I can't plant in February. Yes, we're 1 month away from being in the planting season for grass. That'll throw us off a little, but it's not critical. We'll just leave our roller and seeder set up here by the field and use it next month. Before we roll into March, though, we need to fix a little problem we created in the last episode. What I had done was forget to roll the grass field way back in October, which left both our existing grass fields at only 50% fertilization. I can live without a few minor bonuses to the yield, but 50% fertilization would noticeably hurt us, so we'll fix that. We'll buy another new piece of equipment, and we'll get this little Salic solid fertilizer spreader for $2,000, which should do the job nicely. We'll also pick up a bag of solid fertilizer for almost another $2,000, which altogether will take most of our money. But that's okay. The yield we'll get back from the extra fertilizer should pay for the spreader and the fertilizer with a little money left over. Not to mention, we'll now own a spreader. This is a little different for me in that I've normally liked the liquid fertilizer sprayers better than the solid spreaders, mainly because I felt like I can apply things more precisely, and the sprayers have the option to apply herbicides if we need to. But we'll use a solid spreader this time on the playthrough. It's a perfect job for the John Deere, so we'll fertilize both fields and see how it works. Okay, we had to run back to the store to refill, and I was a little smarter and thought to bring the front loader with me to fetch the bag back to the farm. We'll just finish up this last little strip, and I like the little spreader. It was quick, cheap, only used about 1/3 of our fertilizer bag, and I didn't have to worry about having wider sprayer arms getting hung up on the trees and objects along the sides of the field. I'm glad I got it. It was a good purchase. The last thing we'll do here in February is throw the tops of the pine trees we cut into the sawmill. There's not a lot of wood here. They're all very lightweight, so we can just pick them up by hand. We could sell them in a future wood selling trip, but we'll get them out of the way, then move ourselves forward to March. We've got more work to do on the new field. All right, the sawmill's been busy overnight. I see a couple more pallets of goat milk up there, and the grass is all fertilized. Everything's looking great. February was a super busy month, especially for winter, and we've also got several plans for March, which includes getting this field planted with grass. We very well may convert some of these grass fields over to other crops, but working them with grass is a nice organic way to use the field for income while we prepare for that. And it keeps it nice and healthy, fully fertilized, and ready for whatever we want. So let's get this field planted, then do some nice, fun work down in the forest. The Dutzfar, the new seeder attachment for the roller. We're getting a lot more of our own equipment, and things feel like they're coming together on this new farm expansion. The next step in that process will put the 3650 to use with the log grab, and we get to use our new log trailer. What I want to start doing now is clearing part of that forest. In the last episode, I pointed out a great flat area in the middle of the trees that would be perfect for a new and bigger animal shed. Now, oddly, we're not going to start by cutting down any of the big trees. What we'll do instead is take out all these little downy service berries. They have collision. So what happens is when you try to take down and pull out the bigger trees, they wind up just getting stuck on these little shrubberies.
Even those who arrange and design shrubberies are under considerable economic stress at this period in history.
So getting rid of them first will save us a lot of headache. What's also happening here is another great use for the log trailer. We'll be able to stack up lots and lots of these in the side rails, which is something that we'd have a much harder time doing with the flatbed. So we'll go around and clear them all out. That was amazing. We were able to clear out 8 or 9 of those things all at once and even drove the whole tractor and trailer through the woods to make everything nice and easy. When things like that come together, you just feel like you're making good progression, you know? Look at the pile of branches. It's like a giant woolly caterpillar made of trees. The sawmill is a great way to get rid of things like this and adds just that extra little bit that can be turned into profit. We've got more work to do down in the forest to get it ready. And looking ahead, we may be able to buy another field in July, just 4 months from now. But there's a lot of work to do between now and then, and you can see how much happened right here just in the month of February and into March. We'll just have to see how far we get in the next episode. I'm really enjoying this phase of the farm expansion. See you in the next one.